This is it, the 12th and final beer out of the Across the Nation collaboration. We went from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast, up to the two territories that provided beer for this 2 6-pack extravaganza of beer from across Canada. I really do wish that they could add the 13th from Nunavut. Sorry, forgot the name for a second. But you know what we're gonna do with the 12, and so you know what, Northwest Territories. Let's see this final beer. Let's do this, guys. Beer, 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 ba beer, ba beer, beer. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to me, Maple Brewski, for another Rooski Brewski review. And today, the beer I have for you, the final beer from the Across the Nation collaboration. This is from the Northwest Territories and the Northwest Territory Brewing Co. This is their Midnight Ember, a smoked stout, coming in at 6% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed on the can, but untapped. Again, coming in with the save at 40 IBUs for this particular beer. Take a look. Pretty cool. Let's crack it open. I'm excited for a stout, especially a smoked stout. Oh. Yes, please. Pouring it up to my Sawdust City pint glass. Bit of a half pour there, just like all the other beers, so I can enjoy the rest after the review. Looking at the beer, it is quite dark. A little bit of a ruby tinge when you put it up in the light. Very nice looking. Bit of an off-white head on top. But other than that, pretty black. Pretty dark. Not as dark as some other stouts, but still very nice color on it. Let's have a smell. Oh yeah. Whoa, that has a nice smoke smell. Smoke smell around with some dark chocolate, coffee, very robust dark roast coffee. Molasses, a little bit of woodsy, earthy tones. It almost smells like campfire, like a sweet campfire. That's sort of how it smells. And you know what? That's very befitting for the Midnight Ember name. Let's have a sip. On taste, sour, wood, dark coffee, and the finish very dark, very bitter coffee. Not too chocolatey, not too thick in the mouthfeel yet, or at least the first sip wasn't. But yeah, sour wood, like a piece of wood, like from Home Depot. That's sort of what you're getting in flavor off that first sip. But we gotta dive in more, guys. Cheers, everybody. Let's keep on drinking. Yep, woody, smoky for sure, like campfire smoke. The smell, but in the taste, very bitter. In the finish, light, like you got that dark coffee note, but it's very bitter. Not super pleasant for me, but definitely a very interesting flavor that I haven't come across in stouts. Mouthfeel. Very light, very effervescent, or carbonated for a stout. I'm very surprised by that, actually. I'm not too sure where I sit on this beer just yet. I like the flavor, but I don't like the flavor. It is very smoky. That's for sure. Very smoky, very woodsy. And then you got that weird, or not weird, but a decent little coffee note. But yes, very bitter. It goes down very crisp for a stout, which is weird. You don't really think it's crisp when you're talking about stouts. You're thinking more creamy. Yes, this is definitely way more crisp. But wow, that smoke taste and woodsy taste. It's just strong. Weird, but I don't know. I'm not sure where I sit on this beer yet. Let's read the can while I figure it out. So, the final beer in the cross-nation collaboration, Midnight Ember by Northwest Territories Brewing Co. 6% ABV, 40 IBUs, smoked stout. Description: the sun never sets in Canada's far north. The Midnight Ember is a warming stout with the flavor inspired by the campfires of summer's endless days. Makes sense. It's very smoky. Looking on the bottom for a brewed on date, C2118. So March 21st, 2018. It hasn't gone bad because you don't get it in the smell. You know when a beer's gone bad. This is just super smoked. Holy shit. I'm gonna get smoke inhalation when I finish this beer. The smokiness flavor on this beer is extremely intense. It's weird. It's weird for me to say because I enjoy the taste because it reminds me of the smell of campfire smoke. And that's exactly what it is. It tastes like a campfire with some coffee. But in taste, it's very, very bitter. So I'm on the fence about this beer, to be honest, so far. The taste would smell great. It does smell really good. I can't deny it. This does smell like a campfire. Very, very nice. But in taste, it's a little weird and it is quite bitter. This is an interesting beer. I don't know where to put it because part of my mind is putting it high in the ratings. Another part of me is putting it more mid. High because it's so different than what I am used to. But in the mid because it's not super... It's not really my flavor. I might just end up putting it somewhere in the middle. But before we get to that, gotta look at the website. Speaking of the website, nwtbrewingco.com, and you come over and you go to the beer section, and it's not here. None of these beers, none of the 12 beers are on the website, which makes sense. As you've heard, if you haven't seen the past 11 videos of this little series that I'm doing. Decent looking website. My one gripe with it, there's no pictures of the beer. No pictures of the label, no pictures of like a pint of it. It just has a description, your ABVs, little food pairings, and then you have either whether the beer is more malty or hoppy or light or dark in color. Not too much information. Not the greatest looking website, or not the greatest information-wise website, but still decently looking. Finally, moving over to Untappd. Interesting beer. Wow. Very smoky. Untappd is bringing in the Midnight Ember at a solid 3.34 bottle caps out of 5. And that's out of just under 1,300 ratings. We are on the final sip of this Across the Nation collaboration. So everybody watching, all of you behind your screen, cheers. And let's get right to my ratings. Now, Midnight Ember. I said earlier how I didn't know if I was going to rate it high, rate it low. I'm going to put it in the middle. I'm going to give it a solid 7 out of 10. Reason being, even though I'm not a big, huge fan of the flavors in here, it's different, it's unique, and I think they are well executed for the flavors that they were going for. That's why it gets a 7.5 out of 10. The smoked wood, the smokiness of this beer is very, very intense. It's a very acquired taste. It makes it very bitter. With the addition of the woodsy taste as well, it tastes like a campfire, which is awesome. But also very weird because it's when you think stout, you think chocolate, coffee. And you do get a bit of coffee in there, which is very, very nice. But this is definitely the most interesting, I think, or one of the most interesting beers out of this whole collaboration pack. That's why 7.5 is where it lands for me. Nice beer, very interesting flavors, not for everybody. With all that said, guys, before I leave you, if you have any comments, questions, or beers you want to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. If you want to go ahead and like this video or subscribe to me, Maple Brewski, that'd be greatly appreciated as well. And before I sign off, I want to say thank you for joining me in this, trip across Canada, in a sense, of beers from every province and almost every territory. With all that said, guys, thank you, and like I always say, crack your beer and enjoy. Cheers.